Great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Director Vought, for being here. I think you said the President supports the big bill that was passed out of the House, correct? And I think you also said the President does not support cutting Medicare.
Correct.
Okay, so in the bill, there's a $500 billion cut that gets triggered to Medicare. So I know a number of the people who voted for the bill are starting to read it now and finding there's parts they don't like. You might want to take a look at that provision.
As you know,
that's okay. That's okay. I only have
you don't want the
5 minutes.
explanation? Okay.
I didn't ask you the question, did I? I'm asking you a question though. Since we didn't have your remarks this morning, I think we got them this afternoon. You mentioned cultural Marxism. You did it in your comment. Could you please, in 2 or 3 sentences, define cultural Marxism?
Sure, it's a political theory that instead of dividing people on the basis of economic haves or have-nots, that you're dividing people on the basis of race and identity. And it's an attempt that we've seen, unfortunately, in this country, culminating in CRT, of dividing people on the race and in our agencies and identity.
So your definition, Mr. Director, is different than the definition I'm pulling up. First thing that pops up on here, it says cultural Marxism refers to a far-right anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that misrepresents Western Marxism as being responsible for modern progressive movements, identity politics, and political correctness. That's first definition that pops up here. It actually comes up a couple times on the first page.
On Google?
You identify yourself as a Christian nationalist, correct?
Look, I'm a Christian. I don't think my faith should be a subject for this.
No, I just asked you a simple question. Do you identify as a Christian nationalist?
No, this is a Christian. My faith is about is one of an evangelical Christian faith.
That's okay. Not here to debate that. I saw.
But you brought it up.
Christian nationalist. No, I asked you if you were a Christian nationalist. You said you weren't, correct?
These are debates in the think tank world that we have about what it means to be a Christian nation. It's not about what I've been asked.
That's not the question I asked.
I've not been asked to talk about that.
You support the efforts of DOGE. You mentioned Steve Davis, and I know we talked about trying to bring the director of DOGE in here, and that would be very helpful. Problem is, I just read he's also leaving with Elon Musk. So who's in charge of DOGE? If the guy who is taking over after Elon Musk, who just left, and he's leaving, it sounds like this is a bit of a circus. Who's in charge of DOGE?
The cabinet agencies that are in charge of the DOGE consultants that work for them are fundamentally in control of DOGE.
Oh, that's an answer only a mother could love. All right. So you support the efforts of DOGE, I understand. Is the federal government currently spending less this year than it did last year?
No, it's not.
Right. And part of that is because you've sent us a rescission package worth $9 billion that goes after Big Bird and Cookie Monster, but you've added $200 billion to defense and homeland security. You've also, the bill that you just said the White House supports is going to add, depending who you talk to, $2.4 trillion to $5 trillion to the national debt. It's going to make somewhere between 11 and 16 million people lose their health care. I know you said on a Sunday morning show no one will lose coverage as a result of this bill. Is that still your standing?
Which one of those would you like me to take?
The one I just asked. I'll ask it again. I'm sorry if I wasn't
clear. The bill does
clear.
not lead to less coverage for Medicaid beneficiaries. It has improper payments, and it leads to the fact that people who are ineligible because they're illegal aliens or because they are unwilling to work.
Do not get federal dollars for Medicaid, correct?
That's not true. They get them in many different states, including California.
Federal dollars?
Federal dollars using provider.
State can provide it. Are there any federal dollars?
Congressman,
how many federal dollars then, since you're the expert, how many federal dollars go to funding illegal aliens getting Medicaid?
Congressman, because of the money laundering.
It's a number. It's a question. It's a number. How many dollars go to illegal aliens, federal dollars, for Medicaid? It's a simple question.
It is not actually a simple question because Congress.
All your secretaries have a hard time with simple questions lately. I got to tell you, it is a simple. But you were saying that that's true, so we will. If you can get back to us with that amount, how's that sound? How much federal dollars?
I'm happy to get back to you about how the bill works and getting rid of the money laundering schemes that
a lot of people disagree with you. The CBO disagrees with your analysis. Yale and Penn said 13.7 million people will lose health insurance. You also said this won't increase the debt. Is that correct? The bill
will not increase the debt. It will lead to reduced deficits.
The Cato Institute disagrees with you. Moody's disagrees. The CBO disagrees. Senator Hawley and Senator Rand and Senator Collins disagree. Elon Musk disagrees. Virtually everyone on this side of the aisle. So you're saying everyone is wrong, but you are the right one, that this does not increase the debt?
I'm saying that all the watchdogs, including the Congressional Budget Office, use a skewed vision of a view of what the baseline is.
They were less than a few percent wrong last time on your tax bill when they predicted it almost dead on. So you're saying this time there's significant changes and they don't know what's going on and only you do. Is that correct?
I'm stating that they use a baseline.
So you disagree with the Cato Institute?
Yes.
And Moody's?
Yes.
And Senator Hawley?
Senator Hawley has a view as to the Medicaid programs that we are working with to articulate why we believe that these reforms do not hurt the beneficiaries that are involved.
I'm over
Chair
time, but
now
I'll appreciate
recognizes
it next
Mr.
round.
Edwards.